Hello everyone. So this is Dr. K. Ramya, and this session we are going to discuss about semiconductors, a brief introduction, and this is part 1. Right? So what are semiconductors? So semiconductors are the materials that have the conductivity between the conductors and insulators. So we can say it as the moderate conductivity. And also what is the speciality of the semiconductors is the semiconductors are bipolar materials. Bipolar material means the conductivity what we have saying it as the intermediate conductivity or moderate conductivity. That conductivity of the semiconductors is due to the current transport of both electrons as well as the holes. But in conductors we say that current transport is only due to the electrons. In semiconductors the current transport is due to the electrons and holes. In the next few slides we are going to see how the conductivity of the semiconductors is due to the holes. Right. Another thing is that, and the speciality of the semiconductors is that we can enhance the conductivity of the semiconductor. Though we are saying it as a moderate, so here we are going to increase the conductivity of the semiconductors by means of doping. Doping means addition of small quantities of impurities, and that semiconductor we call it as the extrinsic semiconductor. So the transport mechanism due to electrons and holes in the semiconductors is due to the two phenomena called as drift and diffusion. So these are the specialities of the semiconductor. In semiconductors, the current transport is due to two types of charge carriers. We can enhance the conductivity of the semiconductor by means of doping, that is addition of small quantities of impurities, and the current transport in the semiconductor is due to the two phenomena called as drift and diffusion. Right. So today we are going to discuss only about the intrinsic semiconductors. Actually there are two types of semiconductors. One is what we call it as intrinsic semiconductors. Another one is extrinsic semiconductors. As I have already told you that we can increase the conductivity of the semiconductor by the addition of impurities, that is called as doping. If we dope like that, those semiconductors are called as extrinsic semiconductors or impure semiconductors. Anyhow, in this session, we are going to discuss only about the intrinsic or pure semiconductor. So, intrinsic semiconductors are also called as pure semiconductors. So, the examples for the intrinsic semiconductors are germanium and silicon. So, both of them belong to the fourth group of the periodic table. So the fourth group elements, they have the four valence electrons in the outermost orbit. And so what happens is that these four valence electrons which are there in the valence orbit, they makes four covalent bonds with the neighboring atoms. So you can see in this figure. So here we are taking silicon. Silicon has four valence electrons. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So to maintain the stability, they get bonded, covalently bonded to the four other electrons in the neighboring atoms, right? So to attain the stabilities, they are making covalent bonds with the four more neighboring atoms in the semiconductor crystal. So what happens at 0 Kelvin is exactly at the 0 Kelvin, all the valence electrons are strongly bonded to their atoms. So no free electrons are there for conduction. So a very important thing we have to remember is that at 0 Kelvin what happens is that all the valence electrons are strongly bonded to the atom. So all these are covalently bonded and they are strongly bonded. When there are bonded electrons, there are no free electrons. If there are no free electrons, there is no possibility for conduction. So at 0 Kelvin, all the semiconductors behave as an insulator. So, but still what we have discussed is that it has moderate conductivity. When that moderate conductivity comes is that greater than the 0 Kelvin. So at room temperature and greater than 0 Kelvin, this moderate conductivity will arise. So before going to that, what happens, what we are stating here is valence electrons are strongly bonded to the atoms, means no free electrons are there for conduction, means the conduction band is empty and the valence band is full. So whenever we say about a semiconductor, we should write the band diagram. So the bottommost band is what we call it as valence band and the topmost is band is what we call it as the conduction band. So what happens is that at 0 Kelvin all the electrons are bounded to the atoms. So what happens, this valence band is filled with electrons. So there is no electron that is moving and the conduction band will become empty. So at 0 Kelvin, the valence band is completely filled and the conduction band is completely vacant. EV is the energy of the valence band, EC is the energy of the conduction band, EF is the Fermi level. We are going to discuss it in the coming sessions, and EG is the band gap. Band gap is the energy difference between the valence band and the conduction band. So whenever we are saying about semiconductor, we have to mention in the diagram the conduction band, valence band, band gap, and also the Fermi level, right? So this is what we have discussed at 0 Kelvin. Then what happens when T is greater than 0 Kelvin? We have been saying that at T is equals to 0 Kelvin, the electrons will be tightly bounded and the semiconductor behaves as an insulator. But starting slide we have said semiconductors has the conductivity in between the conductors and insulator. So what happens at T greater than 0 Kelvin or room temperature is that the valence band, they will acquire the thermal energy, whatever the temperature it is going to rise, or whatever the room temperature or greater than room temperature, the valence electrons will acquire that sufficient amount of thermal energy, and there is a breakage of the covalent bond. See, the breakage of the covalent band happens and the electrons get freed from the bond. So when the electron gets freed from the bond, it is no more called as bonded electron, it is called as the free electron. So this empty space where the electron was there and left now, it is called as, that vacant place is called as holes. So the free electrons, and this is called as holes, right? So free electrons when exciting to the conduction band leaves the vacant space called as holes. So the valence band now has holes and the conduction band has electrons. So what happens? So in the valence band, what we have seen in the previous diagram, at 0 Kelvin all the electrons are present in the valence band. Valence band is completely filled, conduction band is completely empty. So when we are giving energy to the valence band, the electrons from the valence band, so they acquire that energy, they break the covalent bonds, and when they get the energy, they will not be calm at that place, they will get excited to the conduction band. When they get excited to the conduction band, they leave the empty spaces in the valence band, so those are called as holes. So the holes has the same charge of the electrons but positive charge, that is the charge of the electron is minus 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. Here the charge of the hole is plus 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb, and this is the holes. Now the charge transport, whenever we see the charge transport phenomenon by drift and diffusion, we can see the charge transport in the intrinsic semiconductor, in the semiconductor, whether it may be an intrinsic semiconductor or the extrinsic semiconductor, is due to the electrons and hole. So this is the brief introduction we have for the intrinsic semiconductors. Thank you.